Отлично выступили. Кстати, я тоже пишу песни.
У нас солист ушел.
Значит, вам нужен новый?
Rami, I know you recorded your audition tape in the form of a TV interview.
Yes.
What made you so determined to get this part?
I don't know. I was fascinated by him, and I thought that the message was something that perhaps a new generation needs to hear. And I guess I'm a glutton for punishment.
I was thinking that the audition was going to be maybe they would want to hear me play bass. So for months I was learning how to play the bass, and the phone call I got was they just wanted to hear my accent. That's all they wanted to do was hear the English accent. So they gave me like this 2-minute interview and asked me to basically recite about a minute of it. And the day I got it, I just went out in my car, because the interview takes place on a bus, and I drove around which is very dangerous, but I drove around taking a selfie video, doing the accent and kind of looking into the camera, answering the questions, and I looked at it, I said, you know, actually this is pretty good.
Wow.
Sent it along. Next day they said, that's all we need, thank you very much. And that was that.
That was so
Wow.
cocky. I love it.
Well, I
I looked at
you
this
probably
and it was pretty good. Hey,
good job,
well, yeah, you did.
you probably knew Bryan Singer from X-Men.
Yes, I did work with Bryan on X-Men. Yeah, I reached out to him when I heard that he was directing Bohemian Rhapsody, just to say I'd love to be seen for it, just to audition for it. He was concerned because I couldn't play the drums, and I told him I could. A little white lie, yeah. And he was like, well, great, can you put this song on video for me, on tape for me? So I basically went to like the local drum teacher and was just having lessons every day and just working solely on this one song, you know. And then I put it together.
Which one was it?
It was Doing All Right. I don't know if you know that one, an early one. So yeah, just focusing on that song, sent it to him, and then I had a screen test, but he didn't respond and say anything about the drumming. So I went. So I was really confused, and it was like 4 days, and it's only like a 3 or 4 minute video, and so I was really confused. And I'm going up to for this screen test, having no idea. I hadn't spoken to him since. I just got told through my agent I had this screen test. I went in there, and then I don't think he'd even watched it yet. So I had to do the screen test, and I was incredibly nervous.
If Freddie could see this film, if he watched it, what do you think he would have said?
You know, probably something very cheeky at the end of it. I think I would have hoped he just had a laugh about it and then invited us all for drinks.
Obviously, you had Bryan Mэй present on set. Did you have any feedback on your character, on the way you looked?
Oh, I do remember the first day he saw me in full costume and makeup was quite a surreal moment. He came to my trailer and opened the door and just stood there in awe, just like seeing this weird younger version of himself. And that level of awe lasted.
Did you take a picture?
There is a photo. I think Joe managed to get a photo of the two of us, because after this moment of awe, he then started just adjusting the wig and saying, actually, no, it's not quite right. And so Joe's got a photo of Bryan Mэй adjusting Bryan May's hair.
They were so supportive, they really were. In fact, actually, Roger was really kind to us last night, wasn't he? He made a point of saying to all of us, to the whole cast, not just the band, the whole cast, how well they thought of the film and how they felt like it was uncanny, like, you know, our resemblance to them, you know, which really means a lot to us, because, you know, you can't please every single fan. Obviously, we want as many of them to be happy with the film as possible, but everyone's got their own opinion. That's just subjectivity. But like to know that the band are happy with what we did, you know, and that they think Freddie would have been happy with what we've done, you know, there's definitely something that I think we're very proud of.
Ты легенда, Фред. Мы все легенды.
I know the gig at Wembley wasn't actually filmed at Wembley. How did it happen? How many takes did it take? How many days you filmed?
We did the Live Aid sequence. It was the first thing we shot. It was the very first thing we shot in the whole movie. And yeah, I mean, Wembley of 1985 doesn't exist anymore, so we had to recreate the set in full scale on an airfield in North London. And you know, it was incredible attention to detail from the design team, so much so that Bob Geldof and the producer of Live Aid on the day came and visited set and were astounded at the level of the attention to detail. And we had a crowd out in the audience for us.
How many people?
Gosh, thousands.
Yeah.
What did it feel like to command thousands of people live? from stage?
Well, it's a great adrenaline rush for us as actors to be in front of a camera, but it's an entirely different level when you're on stage playing two of the greatest performers in the history of rock and roll. You can imagine it's quite exhilarating.
Ты классно двигаешься на сцене. Будто тебе принадлежит весь зал. Разве ты не видишь, какой у тебя потенциал?
Did you have a choreographer to give you the moves, and who taught you to do it?
A young lady named Polly Bennett, who became almost a lifeline for me, and you know, moments when I didn't think I would be able to get the choreography. We kept working and working at it, and then once we met the rest of the band, the boys, Gwillem and the rest, we all came together, and she began helping us to choreograph the entire piece. She was there for us throughout the entire film, you know, just reminding us of who we were playing.
Еще раз. Еще разок.
Да сколько еще Галилеев тебе надо?
Роджер, в группе есть место только для одной истеричной королевы.
Why do you think so many different people came together within the band? What made it so unique and so successful?
What made the band so unique?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's funny. None of them you would traditionally think of as rock stars, right? I mean, you have a front man who is a minority in his country, an immigrant, and he's gay in 1970 to 1990, when that is not the prototypical rock star, you know? He has a lot working against him that he had to overcome. And then you have John Deacon, who was sort of an accidental rock star. He was just sort of a technical guy who was doing it as a side gig for fun. And you had, you know, Bryan Mэй, who was, you know, trying to become, you know, Dr. Bryan Mэй. Yeah, exactly. Yes. You know, and so all these, you know, and even, you know, Roger, he was maybe sort of the most traditional.
I think he's like the most rock and roll.
Yeah.
But a dental student, but still, like, I think he's
but they
just
just
having
came
fun
from,
at college.
Yeah, they came from different backgrounds and different perspectives, and they loved different kinds of music. And when you come from all these different genres and you have all these different influences, and they come together and they enhance each other, something just special happened in Queen, and there's a magic there that has stood the test of time.
What are your favorite songs by Queen?
It's very difficult to pick one, so I'm just going to choose what's my favorite today.
Okay.
And that is going to be another one by Fantastic.
Yeah, I like it too. I think that's my favorite for the day as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's listen to it.
Let's listen to it now.